Here's my review of The Fall Guy. This is a very fun movie. I mean, and this is a movie where I think it would not have worked if you didn't have such charismatic lead actors such as Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, because Ryan Gosling is just so funny, and he just has this natural charm where in this movie he plays a stuntman, aka the Fall Guy, a stuntman named Cole Severs, who is like kind of retired, but then he has to kind of go out of retirement to use his stuntman abilities to like rescue the actor who he is a stuntman for, who is Tom Ryder, who's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. And I thought that this movie was a lot of fun, and I think it's because all three, like Emily Blunt, Taylor Johnson, and of course Ryan Gosling, are just so much fun and charismatic that it just allows, like, even I think, like I said, this is a movie I don't think would just work without leads like this, because it is kind of a very inside the box movie where it's like a lot of people just don't really care about stunts. And even I was like, I kind of just wanted to watch it because, I like Ryan Gosling, I like Emily Blunt, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. And it's like a movie that is like, I do think though, it utilizes its action so well because it makes sense why this character knows how to utilize and do certain things because he is a stuntman. And they just casually have these awesome scenes like where he's just being set on fire. It's just an ordinary day for him. And this is an action comedy, but it's also very much a romance. Also, like I said, I love seeing the actual stunts, like just seeing him do all the car flips, and it's just an average day for him. It's just the stuff like that that just makes this movie so much fun. So the director tells Cole that when Tom is kidnapped, how he should be able to have to go after him because he knows what to do. And like I said, they have this kind of romance. Like I said, this is a rom-com action movie, and I just think that because you have these charismatic actors that are just so much fun, you just enjoy listening to their conversations. And this is just a really fun movie. And I just love the way how when there is this action being set, it just feels almost like it almost feels like we really are experiencing like a behind the scenes, but at the same time this is real, like in just the way that it's utilizing the camera work. And I just thought that was just very fun. And just the whole, I will say though, one thing that kind of like I couldn't help but like kind of be like, that wouldn't happen. I mean, it's kind of like a thing where Emily Blunt's character, like, because they're kind of broke up, she kind of messes with him a little bit with Cole, and they repeatedly do this shot over and over again, which is like, there's no way that would happen, especially consider in the movie she's like a first-time director. There's no way that they would really waste all that money by constantly redoing a shot, like when you only have so much time to film. I mean, you probably shouldn't really think about it. I mean, the average person probably wouldn't even really think about that. But, like, I couldn't help but think, like, you're probably wasting, like, a lot of money doing this. And, like, you're a first-time director. You shouldn't be doing that. But, who cares? It's a lot of fun still. And, like I said, Tom Ryder isn't really, like, the character. He's not really in it that much. But I think that Aaron Taylor Johnson, he has this, like, smugness and cockiness that makes him really rude and, like, this stuck-up movie star, but it really makes it a lot of fun. Like, he's in a way likable, and I will say, like, I haven't really seen him in that much, but every time I do see him, I'm just like, yeah, I really like this guy, but, like, it's unfortunate. I feel like he's never really had, like, a main leading role. I'll say I'm curious to see what Craven's like, but that's a whole other can of worms. And another great action scene is when Cole is kidnapped, he basically for a while he's being interrogated, he has this gasoline in his mouth, and then at perfect opportunity he's able to like use it to kind of get away by shooting this fire, which is just awesome. And for the sake of the twist, we get this reveal that like Tom was kind of a bad guy in general, and he was like with like these drug dealers and gangsters. So it makes you think like how, I mean, one thing I was kind of thinking about is like, if he's such a successful actor, why would he be kind of doing all this stuff like for money? Like, doesn't really make any sense. But I will say it does make a good twist villain because it's like, I mean, why would you expect the main, like, you're trying to save this person the whole time? I mean, maybe you could see it coming if you really think about it, but I mean, I kind of didn't really expect that, but I kind of liked it. And just the whole ending chase scene where, like, he's just using his skills as he's hanging on this camera from this truck to kind of go to Aaron Taylor Johnson's character is just awesome. And it just, I will say, I am curious. I mean, I don't think Ryan Gosling actually did his own stunts. It would have been cool if he did because he's playing a stuntman. But I will say, I don't think that there was that much CGI in this movie, which was really cool. I could be wrong. Maybe there was a lot, but it didn't really feel like it. For some of the, you could clearly tell in some scenes, but some of the scenes though, I did appreciate just seeing these genuinely really cool stunts. It was just made that movie that much more fun. But like I said, this is a comedy, but I feel like in its heart, it kind of has this romance, which I I kind of like because it kind of just gives it a little bit more depth. And at least from the scene thing, I haven't seen that much of Ryan Gosling's work, but in the stuff that I have seen him in, he's always so good. And like I feel like romance is like I've seen him in like The Notebook. I mean, Barbie's not really a romance, but like he was clearly the love interest for Barbie, or at least he liked Barbie. But he's just got this like thing where he's just always just so fun to watch. Is I mean, it's fun to watch in really anything he plays, especially with his humor. But I just thought that the romance aspect just gave it a little bit more depth than just being your standard action comedy. So yeah, that's that's my review of the Fall Guy. I kind of went into this just wanting to have a fun time, and it looks like I saw the trailers and wanted a fun time and fun romance, and I got exactly what I wanted from it. There are some scenes where you could pick apart where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. That wouldn't happen, but it's. I mean, should you really expect it? I mean, a movie like this, you're kind of just going in to have a fun time. I think that Ryan Gosling is just such a fun actor that it kind of, like I said, I don't think this would work without Ryan Gosling because of just how enjoyable he is. And like Emily Blunt is great as well. But it's just a movie where I do wonder if, because it also deals with some like the idea of like the inside business of like making movies. I do wonder if maybe if you're not really that interested in it, it might turn some people off. But if you, I think that if you really just like action comedies and romance movies, I think that this is a movie that you could just put on and just have a really fun time. You have a great romance in there as well, and it's just overall a really fun time. I thought it was a lot of fun.